The story unfolds in a tranquil, once familiar hometown that has undergone profound transformation over the years. Returning after a lengthy absence, a mother is struck by how much the village has changed. The landscape and atmosphere have shifted so dramatically that the place feels almost alien to her. Nostalgia mixes with surprise as she recalls how the village used to be, and a heartfelt desire arises to reconnect with old acquaintances. Among them is Ms. Than, a friend whose health and well-being the mother wishes to check on, symbolizing a yearning to grasp a sense of continuity amid rapid change. Helping her is a devoted son whose attentive presence underscores their strong, familial bond. He guides her through altered pathways, providing reassurance along the way. The anticipation of seeing Ms. Than again brings a gentle warmth to their journey. The son's dedication to his mother's wishes demonstrates the deep care within their relationship. He thoughtfully plans to balance his day so that his mother's visit is comfortably fulfilled before attending to his other responsibilities. On arrival, the mother finds Ms. Than's home renovated and beautifully restored. This physical renewal reflects a bridge between past and present, indicating that despite broader changes, some connections endure unchanged. Their meeting involves polite exchanges and traditional hospitality, including sharing fresh fruit, a vivid emblem of the sweetness and simplicity of rural life. The countryside itself breathes peace and simplicity. Conversation reveals the agricultural roots of the community and its bounty of fresh, natural produce. The taste of countryside fruit acts as a sensory anchor to a life far removed from the bustle of the city. The mother contemplates her child's life far away. Busy with demanding work, the son has grown and changed in ways she can only observe from a distance. Her concern for the son reflects a deep emotional connection strained by physical separation. This emotional tension is indicative of challenges faced by many who leave their roots for career pursuits. The son is a policeman facing the daily dangers and hardships of his job. The mother's thoughts convey her protective instinct and longing to care, despite the distance. Even amidst relentless work, the mother's care remains a constant in the son's life. Now nearing 30, the son remains unmarried, a fact that stirs mixed emotions among his family. Discussions with her sister reveal curiosity and gentle bewilderment over his decision to prioritize work and personal development over traditional milestones like marriage and children. Yet, the mother ultimately respects her son's autonomy, recognizing that the choices he makes must be his own. This acceptance speaks to the evolving nature of family expectations. Another figure, Lone, likely a relative, emerges in the narrative. Lone, having recently returned home after completing studies abroad, is described as obedient, intelligent, and now very attractive. The family expresses hopeful but relaxed sentiments about her future, including the possibility of marriage, acknowledging that the younger generation charts its own course with regard to love and relationships. Love is framed as a natural, unfolding story, free from pressure or imposition. Intertwining throughout the narrative are themes of family duty, personal freedom, and respect across generations. Older relatives understand that societal changes demand a less rigid approach to tradition. They desire happiness and stability for their kin, but are cautious not to overly constrain the choices of younger family members. This balance between nurturing bonds and honoring independence emerges as a central motif. Suddenly, the calm is interrupted by a summons linked to a serious police matter, a critical lead in a missing children case. The contrast between the urgent demands of police work and the peaceful countryside setting is stark. The son's obligation calls him away, a reminder of the heavy responsibilities he must bear. Despite this, he promises to return and spend more time with his family, underscoring the tension between professional duty and personal life. Meanwhile, the mother remains in the quiet countryside, soaking in the serenity. The natural setting becomes a refuge, offering fresh air, the grounding sensation of soil beneath her feet, and a slower pace that invites reflection. The farm and the rural environment emerge as almost living entities, symbolizing safety, renewal, and hope for a fresh start. There is an unspoken yearning for permanence, a home that is more than shelter, a place of belonging and peace amid unpredictability. Below this serene surface, a darker undercurrent simmers. Law enforcement suspects involvement of local figures in a child kidnapping ring. The investigation must proceed discreet and carefully, providing the cover story of an ecotourism land survey to avoid raising suspicion. This tension between outward tranquility and hidden danger deepens the narrative's complexity. The natural beauty of the terrain, with streams and lush forests, becomes a strategic front. Authorities plan to use this peaceful facade to mask their investigative efforts. This juxtaposition of serene environment and shadowy criminal intent adds gripping layers of suspense. Two undercover agents enter the village masquerading as businessmen interested in investment. They move cautiously, mindful that any wrong step could expose their true purpose. The subtle art of blending observation with guarded interaction reveals the high stakes of their mission. The village chief assists by providing local knowledge and directions. One notable figure is an enigmatic old woman living alone on the edge of the forest. She avoids social interaction and sustains an aura of mystery, leading investigators to suspect her possible involvement or knowledge related to the kidnappings. Her reticence and guarded demeanor suggest that she harbors secrets but is constrained by fear or coercion. The investigators face a difficult task: to find ways to gather information without alarming her or the wider community. They distribute roles carefully. Some watch from afar, while others seek direct engagement when possible. The investigation demands patience, discretion, and strategic subtlety, with the goal of uncovering clear evidence or reliable witnesses. Amid this tense backdrop, moments of everyday warmth and resilience emerge. Tu Koi, a woman managing her household, cooking rice, and maintaining her farm, embodies quiet strength. Despite the looming threat represented by the investigation, her daily routines provide comfort and normalcy. Tuki benefits from the kindness of neighbors like Henry, receiving gifts of fabric, food, and support. Such gestures create a sense of community and safety, turning the farm into a sanctuary, a place where she can regain stability and security. At the same time, Tukai expresses a strong desire to find employment and independence, despite cautions about the dangers that remain while the investigation continues. Her determination reveals themes of empowerment and self-reliance amidst uncertainty. The story weaves moments of peace, reflection, and hopeful aspiration into a larger tapestry of suspense, human connection, and the fight for justice. It captures the complexity of relationships, the balance between personal dreams and family expectations, and the resilience needed to face an uncertain future. The role of books and learning in Tuki's life hints at personal growth and intellectual curiosity. Reading offers a mental escape and a bridge to ideas beyond immediate circumstances. Her sharing of books with Henry hints at a deeper connection based on mutual respect and support. In this intricate narrative, peace and tension coexist, past intertwines with present, and security faces threat. The listener is invited to experience the richness of rural Vietnamese life alongside its hidden dangers. The characters reveal their hopes and fears in small daily details, making their struggles profoundly human and relatable. Multiple storylines emerge: the pursuit of justice in the missing children case, the evolving relationships among the characters, and the quest for safety and personal fulfillment. The story closes this first part with a strong sense of endurance, change, and cautious optimism. The mother stands as a poignant symbol of enduring love and connection across time and distance. Her return to the hometown is not only a physical journey, but an emotional odyssey into the heart of memory, tradition, and belonging. The hometown's changes symbolize the inevitable flow of time and the transformations that life imposes on places and people alike. Her desire to reconnect with Ms. Than illustrates a deep need for continuity, a reclaiming of identity anchored in shared history. She embodies the values of family unity, care, and gentle perseverance. Despite the external changes, she seeks to hold on to the essence of community and warmth that defined her past. Her son, Henry, reveals the tension between individual ambition and familial expectations. As a policeman in a demanding, dangerous profession, his life embodies responsibility and sacrifice. His decision to prioritize career over marriage or starting a family reflects an evolving view of adulthood, especially relevant in a rapidly modernizing society. The family's mixed reactions, hope, puzzlement, acceptance, reflect a new generational dialogue about personal freedom versus traditional roles. Henry's character challenges static notions of success and happiness, illustrating that there is no singular path to fulfillment. Lone, the young woman recently returned from abroad, further highlights themes of change and cultural negotiation. As someone who has experienced life outside the village and then come back, she represents the dynamic interplay between modernity and tradition. Her obedience and studious nature underscore respect for family values, while her potential as a marriage partner touches on the confluence of old customs and new aspirations. The family's hope for her to marry gently coexists with an acknowledgement that love and life belong to her to choose. The criminal investigation thread introduces a sharp contrast to the peaceful rural environment, exposing the darker undercurrents often hidden beneath serene surfaces. The police operation, using the guise of eco-tourism investment, reflects both the ingenuity and the caution required to navigate complex social terrains. This narrative strand portrays themes of justice, vigilance, and the shadowy challenges communities face when confronted with threats from within. The old woman near the forest edge is a powerful, enigmatic figure. Her isolation and reluctance to communicate suggest deep wounds, fears, or perhaps complicity. She symbolizes the silence that often surrounds painful truths or hidden sins in tight-knit communities. The investigator's struggle to gain her trust or uncover her knowledge dramatizes the difficulty of confronting uncomfortable realities without fracturing fragile social bonds. Tukai's presence softens the narrative's edges with warmth, resilience, and everyday humanity. She embodies strength forged through hardship, navigating uncertainty with grace and determination. The supportive gestures from Henry and others underline the importance of kindness and solidarity. Her wish to regain independence despite risks reflects broader themes of empowerment and self-determination in the face of vulnerability. The pastoral setting is more than scenery. It acts as a living metaphor for refuge, renewal, and the tension between safety and danger. The farm represents a liminal space, a threshold between past and future, shelter and exposure, peace and peril. It is here that characters confront their fears, hopes, and identities, making the rural landscape a character in its own right. Books and reading function as subtle motifs of hope, growth, and intellectual freedom. Tukai's engagement with literature symbolizes an inner world rich with possibility beyond immediate constraints. Sharing this love of books with Henry signifies the potential for connection that transcends physical and emotional barriers. Overall, the story captures the delicate balance between change and continuity, freedom and responsibility, darkness and light. It deftly weaves personal dramas with social realities, creating a tapestry that invites reflection on the complexities of human life. Characters are portrayed with psychological depth, and themes resonate on multiple levels, offering rich material for in-depth analysis. The multiple narrative arcs, the family's evolving dynamics, the mystery of the missing children, Tukai's search for stability, interlink to form a compelling exploration of resilience and hope amid adversity. The characters' struggles mirror wider societal shifts and timeless human concerns, making the story both grounded and universal. The palpable tension between darkness and light takes a complex, nuanced shape as justice inches forward within the deceptively peaceful village. The narrative reaches deeper emotional and psychological layers, illustrating not only external conflicts, but inner reckonings that offer profound insight into human resilience and hope. Henry's role as a policeman shifts from being just a vocation to becoming emblematic of his inner struggle between professional duty and personal desires. Each action he takes in the investigation against the child trafficking ring echoes his determination to protect the vulnerable, thus connecting his external conflict to a broader, moral quest. His sacrifices are palpable. The long hours, the inherent dangers, and the emotional toll underline his commitment. Yet this dedication also accentuates his isolation, amplifying his complex feelings about relationships and his place in the world. The son's journey becomes a meditation on purpose, responsibility, and the cost of integrity, painting him as a guardian figure shaped by hardship, but tempered with compassion. The mother's quiet strength stands as a fulcrum, providing emotional anchorage amidst chaos. Her nurturing spirit permeates the story like a steady flame, unextinguished by time or turmoil. She embodies the link between past and present, tradition and change. Although physically removed from the daily battles Henry faces, her concern and unconditional love create an invisible bridge that sustains him. She represents the enduring human desire to protect loved ones, to offer comfort, even when powerless to directly shield. Her reflections on family, community, and the passage of time reveal the slow, often invisible work of memory and hope in maintaining connection. Lone's presence grows in significance as she gradually reconciles her modern experiences with the traditional expectations surrounding love, family, and identity. Her interactions with Henry, subtle and affectionate, begin to hint at the possibilities of healing and new beginnings amid lingering pain. She symbolizes the evolving role of women in contemporary society, negotiating autonomy and tradition with grace and strength. Lone's arrival and renewed ties underscore the story's thematic exploration of reconciliation between the old and new, between personal aspiration and communal belonging. The old woman on the forest's edge remains a haunting emblem of silence and fear. Gradually unveiling her story reveals the layers of pain, coercion, and isolation she endures. Her character becomes a powerful symbol of the social invisibility that often cloaks victims and witnesses. Her eventual tentative trust in the investigators marks a pivotal moment where hidden truths begin to surface. This breakthrough in trust exemplifies a critical step toward communal healing and justice. The slow dismantling of her silence sheds light on the long shadows cast by secrets and the courage required to confront them. Tieuca's narrative thread culminates in a poignant synthesis of struggle and hope. Her desire to stand on her own feet, to reclaim independence, resonates deeply as a story of empowerment. Tieuca gradually transforms her surroundings from mere refuge to a place of renewal. The gift of books and the shared moments with Henry nourish not just her mind, but her spirit. Her resilience acts as a beacon of strength, illustrating how ordinary acts of care and courage become revolutionary in the face of adversity. Her journey from vulnerability to agency highlights the human capacity to find light in darkness and to craft meaning amid chaos. The farm, once simply a setting, emerges as a living metaphor for regeneration and sanctuary. It represents a liminal space where healing is possible and where roots can grow deeper. The interplay between natural beauty and human struggle within the farm cultivates a profound, symbolic resonance. It becomes a site where past wounds meet future possibilities, where characters confront their demons and build hopes. The farm's transformation mirrors the characters' emotional journeys, making it a silent witness and participant in their evolving stories. The narrative's investigation arc resolves incrementally, yet with powerful impact. The combined efforts of the undercover officers, the trust gained from villagers, and the courage of survivors dismantle the criminal network. Justice, though slow and fraught, begins to restore balance and safety. The success of the investigation underscores themes of persistence, collective action, and the triumph of moral will over darkness. It highlights the indispensability of community solidarity and vigilant compassion in protecting the innocent. books and knowledge continue to play a subtle but vital role, symbolizing liberation and inner freedom. They serve as tools for transformation, connecting characters to broader worlds and new possibilities. The quiet moments of reading and sharing ideas form vital emotional lifelines, suggesting that intellectual growth and empathy are essential to personal and societal healing. In the closing sequences, relationships deepen and evolve. Henry and Loan's connection strengthens, embodying the possibility of renewal and mutual support. Their tentative steps toward a shared future carry the promise of rebuilding trust and forging new family bonds. The mother's quiet contentment in the countryside reflects a sense of peace earned through endurance and faith. Tieuca's stabilizing presence at the farm signifies both survival and hope. The story's thematic threads, love, duty, resilience, justice, and renewal, coalesce into a resonant conclusion. It acknowledges the complexity of human experience, pain and joy intertwined, darkness shadowed by light, endings that herald beginnings. Through its richly drawn characters and layered narrative, the tale affirms the enduring power of connection, the necessity of courage, and the hope that blossoms even in the harshest of soils. This final part completes a profound exploration of the human spirit, navigating change, loss, and the quest for meaning. The characters' journeys reflect wider social realities and timeless truths, portraying both the fragility and strength of life. The narrative's depth and nuance invite reflection on the resilience inherent in love, the careful balance between independence and kinship, and the unwavering pursuit of justice and peace.